My sister-in-law borrowed Georgia's car, right? She has 2 small kids. She has a nanny, and she needed the nanny with one kid and her with another kid to be in 2 places at the same time. So she borrowed a car so that she could send the nanny one way and she could go the other way. No problem. Of course, I'm happy to have you borrow Georgia's car. It's sitting in the driveway. She's at college. So she picks up the car and she kept it a lot longer than I expected, which was totally fine. But it had been gone for a little bit. And we went out of town this weekend. She was with us. We came back from being out of town on Sunday. And Monday morning, I get a call that the car has been stolen. So my sister-in-law didn't notice, first of all, that it was stolen for a full day after she got home because she wasn't using it, you know? And I called her and said, do you have the keys? And she said, looking for them now. And I went, okay. So you left the keys in the car. And she went, not sure, but I definitely can't find them. And I went, Cuddy, you left the keys in the car. So she left the keys in the car, in a car that was unlocked, parked on the street in my neighborhood. And the car was gone. So I was like, what the heck? Who leaves their keys in a car? I've already said this to her. So who leaves your keys in the car? We're in Los Angeles. We're not in Tampa. I mean, Tampa's probably got a lot of crime too, like that. But who leaves their keys in their car parked on the street? Do you?
Absolutely not. No, I was just going to say that even without the keys left in the car, there has been a ton of car theft in our area.
I know, a lot.
Ton.
A ton. Car theft, car dismemberment.
Yes, dismemberment, the catalytic converters.
Yes, Eric got his rear view mirror stolen.
Yeah.
Who steals a rear view mirror off a car? I was like, really? So, okay. So Monday I go, okay, have you called the police? Oh, do you think I should? Well, yeah, the car's been stolen. Yeah, we should maybe call the cops. My car's been fucking stolen. Yes. So I call the police and the police says, you're going to have to file this report in person. So you're going to have to go down to the police department. So I did. Let me just say this. For all the defund the police people out here, I spent 40 minutes on hold for the non-emergency police number. 40 minutes on hold for her to tell me to go to the police station. 40 minutes on hold. If that's what defunding the police, if that message is what is discouraging police officers from applying for people who want to be a police officer for applying for the job, if defunding the police department means we are losing employees for that, I'm sorry. That's really wrong. I should not spend 40 minutes on a non-emergency call on hold. So I go to the police department, fill out my report, and the lovely lady who helped me at the police department hands me my paperwork back and she goes, by the way, I'm a big fan. And I went, of me? And she said, yes, I love your podcast, but I love your husband, obviously, but I'm a really big fan. I hope you get your car back. And I was like, that was really cool.
Oh, wow.
And then I get in my car and I go, hold on. This is a Ford. I have an app on my Navigator. I bet there's an app on this Ford. Let me see if I can download the app and see if I can find the car. Find the car. I find the car. I find the car on the app, right? I see the car and I go, oh my God, I got the car. So I drive back to the police department. I go, found the car. I found the car. The police officer looks at me and she goes, look at me. Look at me. Do not go get that car. I know who you are. And you probably have a baseball bat in your trunk. Do not go get that car. And I went, I do have a baseball bat in my trunk. She said, I know. This is what you're going to do. You're going to get the car today, but don't go by yourself and get this car. It was so funny, that moment with her, because I felt like she did know who I was, because I did indeed have a baseball bat in the back of my car and was planning on just telling them, hey, I found the car. Fill out your paperwork. I'm going to go get it, So she said, here's what you do. Call 911. Go to the car, but don't get out of your car. And when you see the car is there, call 911 and tell them I have found my car. And then they'll send a squad car, they'll process the car. And if you have the second set of keys and your driver's license, they'll give you the car back. Guess how long I was on hold for 911? For 911, the emergency phone number 911. I sat on hold for 7 minutes. I was so upset by that because I thought if my friend Kirsten had had a heart attack and was laying in the floor and I'm trying to get an ambulance, I'm waiting for 7 minutes to even tell anybody what's wrong. So more than my 40 minutes on hold for the non-emergency, the 7 minutes I was on hold for 911 was so upsetting.
That's depressing.
It's so upsetting that you go, how do we allow that? What is the process in our civic duty to say that cannot be happening? And this was at 4:00 on a Monday. This wasn't like Saturday night when people have car accidents and are shooting people in the bad parts of town. And this was 4:00 on a Monday. Not even, I think it may have been even a little earlier. Maybe 2 or 3, because I got, it had to be about 2 or 3 because I finally recovered the car at 4:30. So how is that possible? How do we change that?
I don't know.
I don't either. What is the problem that our 911, I really am asking that question genuinely. Why is that happening? There's no way we had so many emergencies at 2:30 p.m. on a Monday. You know, how do we fix that? Who do we need to vote for? What funding do we need to approve? You know, the defund the police, did that affect this? How do we find that out?
I think the other thing that's affecting things is staying home from work. Like if, COVID, RSV, the flu, all of the things that you now stay home from work. So, if you don't have people, that's what affected all of the flights this summer.
See what you mean.
So if you don't have a crew to work a flight, if you don't have a crew to work the emergency line, then
you just don't have a crew.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it was really, I went and found the car. 911, the police officers came, they processed her car, they gave me the key. The car is fine. It looks like that you turned your purse upside down in it and shook it out. There's just shit everywhere. Whoever stole the car clearly went through the neighborhood and cleared out everyone's mailboxes, because I have the junk mail from Morella Avenue, which is not even close to my street, but in my neighborhood. From several different streets in my neighborhood, all kinds of junk mail. So they clearly got people's mail of importance and then left the junk mail in the car. I have 2 swipe cards for a casino. That's one of my neighbors, is like a 60-something-year-old woman. I'm like, for sure she didn't steal the car, but they got her swipe cards. So, and there were random things in the car, like 2 pillows from a couch, and a baby blanket that was not my sister-in-law's. And I was like, what were these people doing in this car? I don't know when they stole it, but they dropped it off on Saturday night. So it had sat there from Saturday night until I got it on Monday afternoon.
I think they probably also stole a bunch of packages, because that's happening a lot in the neighborhood too, and opened them and it was like, a baby blanket. Who needs this?
2 pillows for a couch. Fuck that,
The other day I got a package stolen, or I was checking up on a package and it was like, yay, it's been delivered. And I was like,
oh, no.
Okay, I did not get it. It was for hair color to cover my gray.
You were like,
I do my own roots, and I was like, oh, so here I am. That's why I'm the gray roots right now.
But the reverse of that is, you got hair color,
sucker. Like, what are you going to do with this? You don't even have the mix, like, to process it together. It's completely useless to somebody, and the waste drives me crazy.
Yeah,
the waste that it's like, okay. Great. So they just looked at that, threw it right in the trash, or threw it in your car. Maybe you have hair color. Maybe my hair color's in Georgia's car.
Yeah, right. It could be in Georgia's car. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll let you know. I haven't completely gone through it yet. There was
9
so much
NGB is the color. Okay. So
good to know. I'll let you know if I find it. It could be there. You never know. There's a lot of shit in there. My takeaway from the whole experience, Every police officer I dealt with was patient. They were kind. They were helpful. I realize I'm saying this as a middle-aged white woman, and I'm sure that people of other ethnicities have different experiences. I can only speak to mine. And for me, they were kind and helpful. The detective called me back last night to follow up and get more information. Again, could not have been more patient, more kind, more helpful, more caring. I thank them all profusely for all that they do to keep us safe. But I was so disheartened because not only was I on hold for 40 minutes, once I got the person and she took my report, she said, in the past, you could have called the station and put this report in, but no one answers the phone there anymore.